Hey guys, welcome to Reddit Brew. Today I have an entitled neighbor story with 2 updates, and let me tell you, the audacity is real, so get your stress balls ready. Our new neighbor thinks she owns the building. I, 31-year-old female, live in a block of 6 units, apartments for non-Australians. A month ago, the unit above mine went up for sale and sold fairly quickly, and the new owner moved in less than a week ago. This morning, I got up and went to take rubbish out and found a note stuck to my door. I honestly thought it was a "I'm new to the building" kind of note. You know? Oh, I could not have been more wrong. Dear tenant, I recently bought your building and wished to introduce myself. My name's blah blah, and I think you will find me a fair landlord. However, I do have rules. 1, everyone is to be in their units by 9 p.m. If you're going to be out past this, I suggest you find accommodations elsewhere. 2, no pets allowed. If you have any, they must be relocated before I do an inspection, or I will call the ranger to remove them. This is the only warning. 3, I will conduct an inspection once a month, and you will be present to answer any questions or face eviction. 4, failure to pay rent on time will result in your eviction. If we all follow these rules, I'm sure we will get along. Sincerely, blah blah. What the F did I just read? Fun fact about my building, we all own our own units. Nobody actually owns the whole building. I won't lie, I got to number 2 and had a slight panic attack because I have cats. And there's no way I was giving them away. Before I remembered, we bought our unit just before Christmas. We rented it from a friend prior, and when she told me she was thinking about selling it, we bought it. Didn't even have to move. So in some ways, it still feels like renting, but we actually own our unit. Now, I'm not great at confronting someone. I tend to shake a lot, but at that moment, I was quite angry. So I went upstairs and knocked on her door. You know that gut feeling you have? It was spot on. That door opened, and there stood a Karen, her hair blonder than my own, her nails long and bright colored. She didn't look happy to see me there. I introduced myself and explained that I lived downstairs and that I wanted to talk to her about her note. She started to talk over top of me, explaining that her letter was basic rules and even a child could understand it. And if I didn't like her rules, I could hand in a letter to vacate. Wow. I would ask if people are really this up themselves, but I work in retail and could answer my own question. I told her that I actually own my unit. She hadn't bought it or the rest of the building, but only her own unit, and that she couldn't enforce anything in her note. She didn't like that at all. She started yelling at me, saying that yes, she had indeed bought the whole building, and that failure to comply with her rules would mean I would be evicted. I was just starting to think maybe I was wrong when another neighbor opened his door. He came out and asked what the issue was, and could she stop screaming, as he worked nights and was trying to sleep. I told him I was trying to explain that she hadn't bought the building, and she started yelling again. My neighbor told her to stop and then said the best thing I had heard that day. "Are you stupid?" Her jaw dropped as he explained to her how wrong she was, and that he was in fact part of the strata committee, kind of like an HOA that oversees the building, and that she had no right to make rules for everyone. She gave us dirty looks before slamming the door. I thanked him, and he said in the entire time he's lived there, he hadn't seen someone so entitled. My new neighbor thinks she can park anywhere. So, I guess this is an update to my last post. I had a lot of people ask me to post if she did anything else. This is also currently happening, and my SO is witnessing it and texting me as I'm at work. So, if you missed my last post, I had a new neighbor move into my building, and she left notes on everyone's doors saying she had bought the building and gave us insane rules to follow. She does not own the building, building, but only a unit. Jury is still out if she is insane or stupid. She has been quiet for the last few days, and I thought maybe that's it. Apparently I was wrong. So, each unit in our building is allocated one parking space. Just one. I park in mine, and my SO parks his car on the street. It's a very small parking lot, 6 spots for residents and 1 visitor. This morning, my SO woke up to yelling. Our kitchen window overlooks the parking lot, so he snuck a peek out the window and saw entitled neighbor standing next to our nice neighbor's car, and they were arguing loudly. She kept yelling that she had a second car and needed to park in his spot, and he had to move his car or else she would have it towed. He kept repeating that it was his parking spot, and she could either park in the visitor spot or on the street. And if she towed his car, he would report it stolen. SO said she kept yelling that she can park wherever she wants and that he needed to move it or else. So my SO decided to park his car in my empty spot, just in case she tried to park there while I'm at work. Last message he sent me, she has stormed upstairs in a huff and slammed her door. Update, I got home from work and she has parked her second car in the visitor spot, but she's parked it so badly, it's blocking the driveway in. Right now, I'm parked on the street and too tired to deal with her. Update 2, sorry I didn't update sooner. So, like I said before, her car was basically blocking the driveway and I had to park on the street. Anyway, when I got up for work the next day, it was still there, but when I got home, it was gone. I asked my SO as he was at home, and apparently a tow truck came and took it away. I'm still not sure which neighbor called the tow truck, but I have a suspicion it was the one she was arguing with. SO said she has been quiet all day, only the odd footsteps. Entitled neighbor won't let anyone use the clothesline. Well, I'm back. As many of you predicted, her entitlement grew. In case anyone missed the update on my last post, her car was towed, and I don't know which neighbor did it. It's been raining all week, and as I don't have a dryer, I haven't been able to do big items like sheets or towels. Only clothes, as I can hang them up inside. On Saturday, it was finally sunny, and I raced home from work, dragged my SO out of bed so I could wash all the blankets and dry them in case it rained again. I managed to get through 5 loads of sheets, blankets, and towels, and I hung them all on the line outside. We all share it. There are technically 2 different lines for us to use, and we have never had an issue before. I hung out my last load and went inside to chill. I went back out about an hour later to get the first load off and found every single item I had hung on the ground. Nothing had replaced it. All of it had just been torn down, and my pegs and peg basket were gone. Most of what I'd hung out was still wet and now covered in dirt. I got my SO and he helped me bring everything inside before I went upstairs and knocked on her door. When she answered, I asked if she had taken my washing off the line, and she smugly informed me that she had not given me permission to use her line, and that next time I should be polite and ask, and she might let me. Look, I'm going to level with you guys. I work in retail and deal with nightmare customers. I know how to be calm around these kinds of people, and I tried to be polite about this whole thing with the letter and the car, but my bed is my safe space and I wanted it clean, and she fucked with that just to be petty. I calmly told her that everyone can use the line. It's part of the building and nobody has to ask her permission. She tried to talk over me, but I just held my hand up and told her that I was part of the strata committee. I know all the rules and who owns what, and she needs to pull her head out of her ass, grow up, and stop her behavior because it's not doing her any favors. I told her to have a nice day before she slammed her door. Great googly moogly. I did read these first 2 parts a few days ago, but was waiting for more updates to come before I shared these with you guys. And Wow. You know, with story 1, I was thinking, like, wow, okay, she's a spoiled brat that really thinks she bought the entire building. I'm sure someone will set her straight. Second story comes, okay, wow, she still thinks she owns the entire building. Is someone going to set her straight? Get the condo board more involved, maybe? Third story comes, okay, this woman has to be mentally ill. With the absolute obscenity of it all, the only logical explanation I can think of is that this woman is mentally ill. But maybe not, who knows? Nothing surprises me these days. Also, can someone please start recording this woman via video and voice and just report her ass already? I feel like everyone is being way too chill about all of this. OP and her fellow apartment dwellers need to band together and do something about this. This lady is out of control. Anyway, I'm sure there will be more updates on this entitled neighbor in the future, which I will of course read for you guys. And hopefully one of these updates includes some damn justice. Good grief. But that is all from me today. I hope you enjoyed this entitled neighbor story. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I truly appreciate when you do, and I will see you in the next Reddit story. Bye!